we'll get started. Great, we'll just get started by lying onto the mat. We'll go knees bent to 90 degrees. Just bring those arms open, rest the head, rest the shoulders, and just open the chest up to the sky. Shoulder width apart with the feet. And we'll just start with dropping the knees from left and right. So just going side to side, dropping the knees down to one side, dropping the knees down to the other side. So we're opening up through the hips. We're loosening out through the lower back. And just work that left and right rock. Lovely. Great, let's go feet in together this time. So this time put the feet in together, knees in together. Same thing, open those arms out, dropping the knees down to the right side and then down to the left side. Again, we're just loosening up through the lower back, through the side of the hips, and try to relax both those shoulders down to the mat as you work that side to side drop. Lovely, let's go two more. And last one. Great, this time we're going to bring the knees up to 90 degrees. So draw the legs up 90 degrees. Same thing, we're going to drop the knees both down to one side. A little bit of a hold and stretch when the knees touch the ground. And then use your core muscles to draw the knees back up into the middle. And then dropping down the opposite side. Relaxing shoulders to the mat. And we'll work again. Just work in your own time. That left and right knee drop. Stretching out through the lower back and the side of the hip. Great, and let's just release up off there. Bring the heels down towards the ground. We'll go onto a glute bridge to start. So we'd start by firing the muscles through the buttocks. So bent knees, shoulder width apart, arms just placed by the side, nice and soft. We're not using the hands to push down or anything, so just relax with the arms. Pushing down and away from the heels, I want you to squeeze your buttocks as you lift up through the tailbone. So lifting up through the tailbone, and then we'll rise up through the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, until you've got full extension. So we're going to hold up the top here. We'll inhale as we reverse that motion. So lowering from that upper back to start, middle back, lower back, and then the tailbone touches the ground. As soon as the tailbone touches the ground, we just release out through the buttocks. Great. So let's go again. So squeezing the buttocks to start, pushing down and away with the heels, lifting up from the tailbone, and then pushing up through lower back, middle back, and then upper back comes up off the ground. Little hold at the top. Let's reverse that motion. So lowering from that upper back, middle back, lower back, tailbone touches the ground, and just release out through the glutes. All right, this time I'll get you to focus on your breath. So we'll go exhale as you push down, and then segmental movement as you come up. So exhale as you lift all the way up to full extension, and then reverse inhale as we reverse segmental movement through the spine. So you should really feel this loosening up through the lower back as well. Great, release the tailbone, release the glutes as your tailbone touches the ground. Let's go once more. So squeezing through the buttocks, lifting up through the hips, one vertebrae at a time, till we get to our full extension. And then same thing, inhale as you lower all the way down. Great, this time I'm going to get you to drive the hips up. We'll hold the hips at the top, and we'll go into some pulses. So pushing down and away from the heels, squeeze the buttocks, lifting the tailbone all the way up to the sky. Once you get to the top, really feel like you're squeezing your buttocks in, and we'll do little pulses up and down. So squeeze and release through the glutes as you drive and release those hips up and down towards the roof. But keep that going. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold this one up the top. All right, from here with our knees, I'll just demonstrate with my hands. The knees are going to go slowly out and slowly in. Notice how the hips stay in line and they don't drop towards the ground. Keep that going. Really feel the side of the buttocks firing. 3 more. 2. And last one. 1. Lovely. Lowering down 1 vertebrae at a time. And then once the tailbone gets down to the ground, you can just relax there. Grab the knees, pull the knees both into the chest. Just do a gentle left-right rock, and then we'll work those glute exercises once more through. So just loosening up through the lower back. Feel a stretch through the glutes and a little bit through the hips here. Great. And let's go again. So bring those heels down to the ground. We're going to start with our pelvic lifts. So pushing down and away from the heels. Exhale as you lift up through the tailbone, driving all the way up until full extension. Exhale. And then reverse inhale as you come back down, finding that smooth movement. Tailbone hits the ground, relax the glutes. And again, drive down and away from the heels. Squeeze the buttocks, lifting, full extension. Exhale and inhale as we lower back down. So with this one, we don't want to just be going up and down really quickly. We're really focusing on that small, controlled, slow movement. And again, pushing down and away from the heels, lifting up the hips, up towards the roof, get that full extension, squeezing through the buttocks. Inhale as you lower down. Really firing through the buttocks. Great. For this next one, we're going to hold this up the top, so down and away through the heels, lifting up the hips. Hold once you get to the top. Really squeeze through the buttocks, full extension. And let's work that squeeze and release of the buttocks, off the glutes. Lift and lower. Keep those pulses going. You should really start to feel it firing through the glutes. Keep that going. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up. All right. With those knees, we're just going to draw those knees slowly out, slowly in. Think 3 seconds to come in, 3 seconds to come out. Notice that the hips don't drop. As your glutes start to get tired, you'll feel that the hips want to go lower and lower to the floor, but really push down and away from the heels so that the hips don't lower down. Let's go 3 more. Keep pushing the hips up to the sky. 2. Lovely. Final one. 1. And we can lower back down. Segmental movement until the tailbone touches the ground. Then you can release off through the buttocks. Grab the top of the knees. Just do a gentle left-right rock, stretching out through the lower back. Lovely, looking good. And have a rest there. Cool, let's lower the heels down to the ground. Bring the hands behind the head. We'll go on to some ab crunches. So we're working our upper abs here. Starting by lifting the shoulders up off the ground, ribs in towards hips. Control as you lower down towards the ground. So exhale as you come up. Inhale as you lower down. I want you to keep those elbows nice and wide. That way, you're actually initiating the movement through the abs rather than using your arms to pull the head up. So hands are relaxed, head is relaxed, neck is relaxed. It's just those ab muscles that work to lift and lower off the ground. Good. Really peel those shoulder blades right up off the mat. Good. 2 more. Hold this next one up the top. Hold up the top. Let's go into our 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a rest there. Lovely work. Let's bring those knees up to 90 degrees this time. Hands directly above the shoulders. We'll go into our dead bug. So let's go same arm, brushes same leg as you extend and kick out. Don't allow the leg to touch the ground. And then switch same arm, brushes same leg as we alternate. Great. With this one, what I really want you to focus on is pushing the small of the back to the ground. So there is a natural curve in our spine, so it might not necessarily touch the floor, but as long as you're actively pushing it into the mat, you'll be activating your core muscles rather than letting those back muscles, lower back muscles, take over and get sore. So you should be feeling this through the core, not your back. If you feel it in your back, Just don't lower the leg down as far and really push the small of the back into the ground. Lovely. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Lovely. And have a rest there. Great work. Bring those legs down. Let's go again. So we're going to work those upper abs once more. So hands behind the head, elbows wide. Peel the shoulder blades up off the ground as you go ribs in towards hips. Control as you lower down. So really find that rib to hip connection. To initiate the movement, relax the head, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders and arms. It's just your upper abs initiating this crunch movement. Let's go 3 more. 2. Hold this next one up the top. Up and hold, we've got 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a rest there. Great work. Let's bring those knees up to 90 degrees. Shoulder width apart with the legs, so they shouldn't be touching. Arms up above. What I'll get you to do is push the small of your back, your belly button, in towards the mat. Now, it might not necessarily touch, but as long as you're actively pushing that down, now you should feel your lower abs working, and then your lower back should be not so tight or tense. All right, same arm, brushes, same leg. Alternate one side, switch over, same side, brushes, same leg to the other side. If you want to make this harder, lower the leg closer to the ground. If you want to make it easier, don't lower the leg down as far, but only go down to as far as you feel your core muscles are switched on. So if you find that at a point your core muscles switch off, just don't go any further, because the idea is we want our abs, our core muscles to work. Keep pushing the small of the back down towards the mat. Let's go 2 more each side. Lovely. Last one on each side. Control. And final one. Have a breather there. Lower those legs down to the ground. Good work. Let's go final one through. So upper abs, going to be working hands behind the head and ribs in towards hips, shoulder blades up off the ground, control and lower down. So let's work those upper abs. Really peel the shoulder blades, elbows wide, relaxing the head, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, and just initiate that movement from upper abs. Let's go 3 more. 2. Hold this next one up and hold. Let's pulse. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a breather there. Good work. Knees up to 90 degrees. Final step through. Arms up top. Pushing small of the back to the ground. Same arm brushes, same leg. Kicking out as low as you can get while your core muscles are still switched on. So the lower you kick down, the more challenging it is for your abs. So here we're targeting the lower abs a little bit more. You will feel the upper abs firing just because we've just done those upper ab exercises. Good. Keep pushing the small of the back down towards the mat. Let's go 2 more each side. Lovely. Final one each side. And have a rest there. Great. Lowering down. Just grab those knees. Pull both knees in towards the chest. Just do a gentle left, right, rock. Very good. Lovely. Let's roll onto our side this time. So bring the bottom arm all the way up so that you can rest the head against the arm. Along with the legs, we'll go hand by the side of the body. So we were just working before our upper abs, our lower abs. This time we're going to work the side of our abs. Placing the hand on the side of the thigh, we're going to slide the fingertips down towards the toes as we lift the head and the legs. Control as you come up, control as you come down. So again, you'll feel the side of the hips also working, but really firing through the side of the abs. Good. Keep that going. Let's go 3 more. Lovely. 2. Final one. Last one. 1. and just relax off there. Great. You can place the hand down just to support the body and just ensure that you've got one hip stacked directly over the other. So we don't want to be tipping forwards or back. Let's lift and lower top leg for single leg side lying abductions. Feeling the side of the hip firing. Good. Keep that going. Let's go 3 more. 2. Last one. Hold this one up the top. Let's go 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a breather. Good. This time, I'll get you to pull your toes in towards the head and then drop the toes down towards the ground. So we're rotating the hip, so we're turning in. Just ensure that you've got one hip stacked directly over the other. So as you do that, what might happen is you might rock forwards. Just use your hand, bring that one back over. You're still pointing the toe towards the ground, and we'll just do the same thing. We're going to tap and lift. You'll feel this one more through the back of the buttocks here. Keep that going. Keep rotating that toe down towards the mat. 3 more. 2. Final one. Hold this one up. Let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a breather there. Great. Hands by the side. We're going to go once more through our side of the body core exercise. So let's slide the fingertips down to the toes, lift the head up, control as you lower down. We've got our 5. Lovely. 4. Really slide fingertips down towards the toes, crunching up through the side of the body. 3. 2 more. 2. And final one. 1. Control, lower down. Great. Hand out to the front just to support. And let's lift and lower that top leg. Now you should really feel the burn through the side of the hip. Keep that going. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up and pulse. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a rest there. Great. We're going to do our last one. This time we're going to bring the toe into the head, drop the toe down to the ground. Just ensure that one hip is stacked directly over the other. So you might need to pull back a little bit. And let's work that abduction. So heel to the sky, toe to the ground. Now you should really feel it burning through side of the hip and through a little bit more through the buttocks. Keep going. 5, 4. Keep the toe pointing down. 3, 2. Hold this one up and hold. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a rest there. Grab the top of the foot and just pull back for our quad stretch. Just stretching out through. Lovely. And just release off there. Bend those knees. Bring the arms out in front. We'll go into our book openings. You can rest the head down towards the mat. Open up through the chest, dropping shoulder, arm to the mat, and just bringing that hand back over for our book opening, chest opening stretch. 2 more. Really relax the shoulders down to the mat. Last one. And let's sweep the arm back and around, dropping the shoulder down to the ground, opening the chest up, hands coming back in together. We'll go for our 5, 4, 3, 2 more. And last one. 1. Very good. Let's switch over to the other side. So same thing, just onto the other side. Lengthen the bottom arm out, legs long. We'll start with hand by the side of the hip. We're going to work the side of the abs here. So curling up, fingers towards toes, control as you lower back down to the ground. So crunching up to the side, sliding up, controlling as you lower down. Keep that going. We've got 3 more. Sliding up, control, lower, sliding down. 2. Lovely. And final one. 1. Have a rest there, lower down. Great. Hand just at the front for a bit of support. Point those toes long. We're going to lift and lower. Feeling the side of the glutes, the hip, begin to fire. Lovely. Let's go. 3 more. 2. Hold this next one up. Up and pulse. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Great. We're going to pull the toes in towards the head. Drop the toe down to the ground. Just use your hand to make sure one hip is stacked directly over the other, because normally you'll rock forwards as you do this motion. All right, tapping down, kicking the heel up to the sky. So again, working the side of the hips. You'll feel it more through the back of the buttocks here with this one. Keep that going. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up and hold pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a rest there. Great. Hands by the side. We're going to go once more through side of the abs, sliding fingertips down towards toes. Lift the head. Control as you lower back to the mat. We've got our 5. Lovely. Control, lower. 4. And again, up, slide, control, lower. 3. Feel the side of the abs working here, the side of the hip working here. 2. Final one. Up and slide, control and lower. 1. Have a breather there. Good work. Let's go into those hip abductions. So hands by the side, lift and lower, pointing those toes long, side of the hip firing. Keep that going. Really start to feel the burn through the side of the glutes. 3 more. 2. Hold this one up and hold pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Great. Last one. Pull the toes to the head. Drop the toe down to the ground. Just ensure you've got one hip stacked directly over the other, and we'll tap the toe down, kick the heel up to the sky. Really feel the side of the hips burning now. Lovely. Keep that going. 5 more to go. 4, 3, 2. Final one. Hold this one up. Let's pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a breather. Grab the top of the foot. Pull that one back. Just stretching out through the front of the thigh. And just stretch out through the hip, through the quads. Lovely. And you can relax off there. Just bend those knees, arms out in front. We'll go into our book openings. So you can rest the head to the ground, opening up through the chest, drop the arm to the ground, and hands come back in to meet. Really opening up through the chest, stretching out through the back. And just dropping the shoulder blades to the floor. 2 more. Last one. And let's go into those big backstroke arms. So sweep the arm back and around, drop down towards the mat, and then coming back in. Just circle it around for 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 2, and last one, 1, and have a breather there. Great. I'll get you to come up. We'll come up onto all fours. We'll go into our child's pose stretch. So just spread those knees apart. Sink the hips down into the heels. Just walk the hands out. Just stretch through the shoulders and the lower back. So you can relax the head down to the mat here. It'll just get you to walk those hands out towards the right side. So we're going to stretch out through the side of the body. So walking those hands out to the right, feel the stretch to the left side of the body. and lats and shoulders. And we'll walk the hands out towards the left side, stretching out through the right side of the body. Lovely. Let's go back into the middle, just coming up into our plank position. So up onto the toes, set the wrist directly under the shoulders, shoulder blades down and in, core muscles switched on. Let's lift the tailbone up towards the sky, stretching out through the hamstrings, through the calf muscles. Really push away from the hands, push away from the feet. You'll feel a stretch all through the back of the legs. And let's just walk this up and down. So left and right, stretching out through calf and hamstrings. Lovely. Let's draw back into our plank position. So core muscles switched on, shoulder blades down and in. Shoulder blades down and in, core on. Keep holding that position. And let's draw tailbone up towards the sky. Let's work those heel marches again. Stretching out through calf, stretching out through hamstrings. All right, back onto our plank position. So shoulders directly over wrist, core muscles switched on, holding that position. And we'll go final one into our downward dog. And just walk those heels up and down, one at a time. Lovely work. Great. We'll drop the knees down to the ground this time. Just set the knees so they're directly underneath the hips and the wrists, so they're directly under the shoulders. We'll go into our cat-cow, tucking the chin, lifting the upper back to the sky. Exhale as you scoop down through the belly and extend it up through the head. So we'll just repeat up and down for our cat-cow. Let's go. 2 more. Last one. And have a breather there. Cool. Drop the elbows down towards the ground this time. We'll go into our glute kick out. So right foot kicks out, points the toe long. Inhale as you draw the knee in. Exhale as you squeeze through the buttocks to kick out. What I want you to focus on is to keep your core muscles switched on, so we're not arching through the back. The only thing that moves is the leg that extends to kick and bends to come in. Lovely, keep that going. Let's go 3 more. 2. Hold this next one, up and hold. Let's work our little pulses up and down. So tiny pulses up and down, straighten the leg, core muscle switched on. Keep that going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. This time draw the toe down to the ground. We're going to go straight leg, lowers and lifts. Again, keeping core switched on, straighten out through the leg, and we're activating this motion through the buttocks. So feel the bottom of the buttocks squeeze as you extend that heel up towards the ceiling. Let's go 2 more. Last one. Up and hold pulse. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a breather there. Let's switch over to the other side. So left leg, point that toe long, squeezing through the buttocks. So ensure that your core muscles are switched on, your shoulders are stable. The whole upper body here is stable. Inhale as you draw the knee in. Exhale as you extend, heel up towards the ceiling. So just work this one. Really focus on squeezing through the buttocks as you kick out, and then controlling as you draw the knee back in. Lovely. Let's go 2 more. Last one. Hold this one up the top. We're going to work our pulses. Let's pulse up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Point that toe down towards the ground this time. We're going to control as you lower. control as you lift and extend, squeezing the buttocks as you kick up to the ceiling. Good, keep that going. 3 more. 2. Last one, hold this one up the top, up and hold, let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a breather there. Good work. Great. We'll go on to our commando exercise this time. So what from here, I'll get you just to move those knees back so that we're on a half plank position. If this is a bit too hard, you can bring the knees closer in. That just makes it a little bit easier and less weight onto your arms. So we're going to push up onto our right hand and onto our left hand, and then drop back down onto right and then left. So let's just alternate our commando presses up and down, and just ensure that we keep our core muscles switched on through this movement. If you do want to make it easier, just bring your knees in closer to the body, and there's just a little bit less weight. So feel free to pick a level that is okay for you. Lovely. Let's go last one here. And then back down. Great. This time we're going to push up through the left hand and then come down onto the left elbow. So we're just alternating, doing the other side. Really feel the muscles in the arms working, the muscles in the core firing. Let's go 2 more each side. 1. Lovely. Last one. And 2. Have a breather there. Good work. Cool. You can come up off there. We'll go into our hip flexor stretch. So just draw the left knee out 90 degrees with the front of the foot. We'll go left hand onto the belly, right hand onto the small of the back. From here, we're doing a small tilt using the hands to guide the pelvis forwards. Just by doing that small tilt, you'll feel the stretch through the front of the hip flexor. So just hold that position there, stretching out through the hips. This is a great one if you find that you're sitting at a desk for a lot of the day, because when you're seated at a desk, your hip flexors can get really tight. So they're just opening up the hips here. Let's drop that left hand down towards the mat, twist the right arm up to the ceiling to stretch out through the groin and the lower back. Lovely. Bring the hands down towards the ground. We're going to lean back to stretch out through the hamstring. So what you can do, if it's comfortable, you can sit all the way back onto the heel, or just find a position that's comfortable. Even if it's a little bit higher, that's fine. So wherever's comfortable for you, lengthen that leg out, and then just drop the chest down towards that bottom leg, and you'll feel a good stretch out through the hamstring muscles. Great, and you can just release off there. Let's bring that left heel across the body. So out to the side, drop the knee, slide that back leg down. Now your choice is to either go onto elbows to the ground or chest down to the ground. So just find where it's a good stretch for you. Doesn't matter which one you do, as long as you feel a good stretch through the side of the hip. And when you're doing any of these stretches, it shouldn't be painful. You should just feel a nice stretch. If it's painful, just make the stretch not as deep, so you can loosen off it and find a way that it's not a sharp pain. It should just be a nice gentle pull. Lovely, and just release up off there. We'll just do the same thing on the other side. So this time we'll go right heel out, 90-degree bend from that front foot. Let's go right hand onto the front of the belly, left hand behind the small of the back, and then just gently tilt that pelvis. Use the hands to help guide forwards. You'll feel the stretch through the front of the hips, that hip flexor. And a really great one to open up the hips if you've been sitting down at a desk all day. Lovely. Let's drop the right hand down towards the ground on the inside of the thigh. Rotate and twist up towards the ceiling, stretching out through the groin, stretching out through the lower back. And just release off there. We're going to tilt back down for our hamstring stretch. Now, it's up to you. You can put your weight all the way down onto that back leg. If you do want to stay up a little bit higher, that is also fine. But just find a spot where it's comfortable for you. Nice straight leg. Drop the chest down towards that bottom leg and feel a stretch through the hamstrings. Great, and just release up off there. Just drop that front right heel over to one side, knee to the ground. Slide the back foot down as far as you feel it's comfortable. And then just drop the elbows or the chest down to the ground. As long as you feel the stretch through the side of your hip, and it's not a sharp pain, but a nice gentle pull, and that's what we want. And just deepen into our glute stretch. Lovely, and then you can just release up off there. We'll just finish up with a few stretches. So bring those legs out towards the side, and let's go hands onto the thigh. Slide the fingertips down towards the ankle. Just stretch out through the groin and through the hamstrings, and just hold. Good, and release up off there. Let's go over to the other side, hands onto the legs, sliding down towards the ankle, stretching out through the hamstrings, and then just deepen and hold into that stretch. Lovely, release off there. Hands out in front, we're going to slide the fingertips down and just use those hands to walk yourself out. Here you'll feel the stretch in the groin and a little bit through the hamstrings, the back of the legs. But see if you can walk a little bit deeper now that we've loosened through those muscles. Lovely, and just release off there, slide off, go heels in together, use those elbows to push the knees down towards the mat, chest lowers in towards the feet, and just stretch through the groin. Lovely, release off there, we can cross those legs over. We'll go into an eagle stretch, so arms cross over, bend, and then you can catch the thumbs. And we'll just do a gentle left-right rock. This is a good one to stretch out the side of the shoulders and the upper back. And let's switch over to the other side. So cross over, catch the thumbs, and we'll just do a gentle left-right rock. Lovely, release off there. Just grab the top of the head, gently pull ear to shoulder, go opposite arm behind the back, and feel the stretch through the side of the neck. Great, and then from here, we'll drop the nose down towards the mat. Feel the stretch shift to the back of the neck. And let's switch over to the other side. Grab the top of the head, gently pull ear towards the shoulder, stretching out through the side of the neck. And let's drop the nose down towards the ground. Feel the stretch shift to the back of the neck here. And release off there. We'll tuck and drop the chin, rolling down and up. Once you get to the other side, drop and reverse the motion. Really stretch out through the side and the back of the neck. Just loosening all those tight muscles. 3 more. 2. And last 1. Lovely. And thanks so much for joining today. Cool. Thanks, Ron, for hosting that.
Thanks, Jess. That was great.
No worries at all. Hope everyone has a lovely Christmas and New Year's, and guess we'll start back again. So on the 9th?
Yeah, back on the 9th. Yeah, we'll be back into the full swing. And for those, they're probably watching now, we're going to probably play this one in the break as one of the features. So,
perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much.
Jess, you have a great break. Have a safe one, and we'll see you in the new year.
You too. See you in the new year. Thanks for joining here, Rong and Lee, and we'll see you next year.